Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs and welcome back to the Minecraft Survival Guide. I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome back. Today we are going to be going on a bit of an adventure, and for that I will need to make a few preparations. First of all, I need to make myself a couple of compasses, and yes, I still don't have much iron in here because I haven't transferred it over from the iron farm, but I do have a little bit, and for that I'm going to be making myself 2 compasses. I think 2 will probably do. In fact, I think 2 is kind of overkill. We only really need 1. I've also got myself a bunch of paper because we are going to hop into the villager breeder, which may be a mistake considering the amount of villagers we have in here, but I think it's probably going to be the right thing to do to grab ourselves a new cartographer friend. Previously, I visited cartographers over at the village that we discovered first over in that direction, but I think maybe, unless there's a cartographer down here, is that a cartographer or is he a librarian? These are the questions we need to answer. Right, let's pop down here and see what we have. You, sir, you are a cartographer, and you got a pretty good paper trade. Okay, fantastic. Because today, my friends, we are finally going to do what people in the comments have been asking me to do for a little while, and we are going to visit a woodland mansion. Now, that is going to take a little bit of doing for a start. In fact, I'm not going to trade the compass to him yet. Going to trade a bit more of that paper away. There we go. Let's hope that unlocks the next tier of trades. Yep, certainly does. What do we got? Empty maps. Okay, well, I'll continue trading paper to him, because we want to unlock basically the last set of trades this guy has. If you remember, the Woodland Mansion map is one of the things that you can get from a cartographer later on in the trading cycle, along with the Ocean Explorer map, which is the one that will get you basically a ticket to an ocean monument. This guy, why are you not refreshing it? There we go. I was wondering why he wasn't refreshing the trades. These two, this is what we need. We need the Ocean Explorer map, and we need a Woodland Explorer map. And thankfully, the Woodland Explorer map is only for 18 emeralds, which is really quite cheap, relatively speaking. It's not the lowest you can get it for, but it's a decent amount. So let me hop back up here and grab myself a few more emeralds from the storage system, and we can buy one of those off of him and see where it takes us. Okay, friend, here we go. Have yourself some emeralds and a compass. Give me that Explorer map. Fantastic stuff. So when we take a look at that, it's going to tell us where exactly a woodland mansion exists in this world, and they can always be found in the dark oak forest biome, so you might even have stumbled across one already while you've been exploring your world and maybe not known what it is. So the Woodland Explorer map is a great way of finding one if you haven't already explored that far out. And in Java Edition, the woodland mansions tend to actually spawn quite far away. I think this is a little bit different on Bedrock because of the limited size of worlds on some of the older versions of the game, some like the Xbox 360 and the PS4 versions of the game. I think because they didn't have infinite worlds, they spawned the mansions a little bit closer. And some people have world seeds where the woodland mansions will actually spawn right close to where you spawn. So chances are you folks might have found one already. However, I have not, and the best way for me to do that is to get one of these maps and to fly, I guess that's northeast. So that's going to be in this sort of direction. Okay, I'm in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and my marker is very small, which indicates to me that this one is probably quite far away. Hence why I have stocked up on fireworks, hence why we have done a little bit of trading, and why I'm bringing a few things with me like torches and so forth. We'll probably bring, I don't know, maybe about a stack or 2 of dirt as well, just so we can use that for scaffolding purposes, because we will need to do a little bit of that whilst we're running around this mansion. My tools are all healed up, my tools are all mended, and I think that's pretty much everything. I'll keep bringing this paper with me just in case, because if we run out of rockets, we might need to kill some creepers, that kind of thing. I might also, if I've got my Silk Touch pickaxe on me, bring the ender chest with me, because that will be kind of useful for storing stuff in if we need to on the way back. One more thing I'm really glad that I just looked at my inventory and remembered is a shield. I will definitely need a shield for this, because there are some enemies inside a woodland mansion that can hit you pretty hard. So yeah, let's bring some dark oak logs with us. We would no doubt be able to find some wood on the way, but it's always nice to prepare this stuff before we leave. There we go, 1 shield. We'll turn these into sticks so we can make some more torches if we need to. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a shield in our inventory. I'm actually going to keep the map in my offhand right now, just so we can use that to find our way as we fly out in this direction. And this could potentially be quite a long journey, so don't be surprised if I cut away during this and come back when we have got a little bit closer to the mansion, because I haven't really scouted this location out. I don't know where this is going to be, so chances are we will have a bit of a long journey ahead of us here. One great way of flying long distance is to get basically as high up as you can, find an angle where you're kind of facing like at a subtle downward angle so that you don't start to lose momentum in the air, and then just kind of point yourself and fly. And if you've got a map telling you which way to go, then that's usually pretty effective. But all of the kind of dipping down and raising yourself up to gain a little bit of height, gain a little bit of speed, tends to slow you down a little bit. If you just kind of coast like this, it saves on fireworks a great deal. And in the process of this, we are going to be loading a lot of chunks of the world in this kind of diagonal line heading out here. So we're probably going to be getting into new terrain relatively quickly, and there might be some stuff to spot along the way, but chances are we're not going to find anything that we haven't already found until we get to this Woodland Mansion. Oh, the map marker just started moving, folks, and it's getting towards nighttime, which means, yeah, it's been a little while. We've been flying for maybe about 4 or 5 minutes right now, but the map marker is increasing in size, which means we are getting close to our location. Potentially, we could find it generating somewhere near here, and there's a woodland, there's a dark oak forest kind of on our right-hand side, but that's not the one we're looking for. We're creeping up the edge of the map here, though, so chances are we will run into this dark oak forest relatively soon. It's going to be on the other side of this ocean, perhaps. I'm already more than 5,000 blocks away from my spawn point, and yep, looks like we might be coming across it now, and I really didn't want to do this at night, but I guess we will have no other choice if that's where the mansion is. It's probably going to be loading in over here any second now. There it is, emerging out of the fog, and this is a pretty big dungeon. And it is effectively a dungeon. This is a generated structure that will turn up in your world in much the same way that a jungle temple or a desert temple will. These are significantly larger than either of those, though. It's probably even bigger than the Ocean Monument, and it contains a series of procedurally generated rooms inside, and there are some inhabitants. And this is where we get into some fun stuff with Illagers. Oh, and it's raining, of course. A perfect opportunity to go into this old creepy house in the woods and seek some shelter, not to mention the fact that there are creepers nearby. Hello, I'm going to kill you for the gunpowder. No, I'm not. Apparently, I'm going to just have you explode in my face instead. Thank goodness for protection armor, huh? Right, so yeah, we've used up a decent chunk of our fireworks. We'd better come in here and take shelter, but the residents are not going to be too happy about that. And we are here to meet the residents themselves. These are going to be some of the trickiest and hardest hitting mobs that we encounter in the overworld. They are called Illagers, and they are kind of like the villagers' grumpier cousins. In a way, you will start to hear them as you walk around the mansion. They make a grumpy village noise most of the time. And I'm going to start lighting up this area because, as you can tell from that spider being around here, the Woodland Mansions are not super well lit by default. The torches are quite high off the ground, and you'll find that hostile mobs tend to spawn in here quite frequently. So there's a chance that we will encounter a fair few skeletons and spiders and creepers and that kind of thing. There's also, ooh, there's a hidden room. This doesn't happen very often. This is just kind of a quirk of the Woodland Mansion generation. And in here you will find the occasional bit of loot, the occasional sort of efficiency axe. They've obviously been farming trees in here, but for some reason this tree is made of dark oak wood, where it looks like it's generated like a normal oak tree. It's a bit of a fun Easter egg kind of thing there. And there is a Vindicator. These guys are... he's not spotted me yet, thankfully. These guys look relatively harmless. They look like the kind of villagers that you could trade with. But once you get into attack range of them, they will bring out an iron axe and they will come after you. Now, yep, there he goes. Oh, they're also very, very fast. And I'm going to climb up onto a pillar here so we can examine this guy a little bit better, because these guys are actually kind of worth saving. They do a whole lot of damage to you, though. Believe me, if you kill one of these things, well done, because they will attack you very, very viciously. Now, if I stand over here and I try and place some blocks around him like so, we've actually caught this guy now. He won't actually be able to go anywhere, and that's a good thing for us. I'll probably kill a few others around the mansion just so you can see kind of what the deal is here, but these Vindicators are actually kind of worth saving, because there are... Whoa, okay, nope, I made a mistake there. I was trying to block him in a little bit more. I failed. All right, let's hop up into this corner. Oh, okay, all right, fella. Calm down, you. Let me see if I can get away from him, or maybe we should try and block him in here instead. If I can build a little barrier around him like that. Yep, there we go. Oh, and he's He's gone. He's wandered off somewhere. Yep, there we go. All right. We'll block him in here instead. As long as we've got some blocks that are very obviously kind of surrounding him like this, it won't be a problem and he won't be able to get out. A fun thing about Vindicators compared to the other hostile mobs in the world is that these guys will not despawn. They generate once when the Woodland Mansion generates, and they do not despawn if you go away. They will always remain here. The problem with that is that they don't have an actual spawning pattern, so they don't respawn if you leave the Woodland Mansion and come back, or if you're exploring around the place. Like, once you've generated the amount of Illagers that appear in a Woodland Mansion, that is it. You don't get any more than that. So it's a good idea to just kind of keep them around. This Woodland Mansion also has a nice little smithy where we've got a couple of pockets of lava here. Thankfully, it's surrounded by andesite and it's kind of outside of the range of fire spread. Even though I've got fire spread turned off on this world now, that would start to burn the entire mansion down if it wasn't well protected. So that's probably a good thing when it comes to the construction of this place. There are a bunch of very unique rooms in these mansions, some of which will have loot above the doors in these chests up here. It's fantastic. I will grab the golden apple. Oh, they've got a diamond hoe in here as well, so maybe we can have another go at getting that achievement that was bugged out before. A little bit of rotten flesh in a bucket. We're going to leave those in here for now and continue exploring. But you will find a number of Vindicators in each of these mansions, and that's not the only Illager you'll find. We haven't stumbled across them yet, and I'm going to try and take out some of the other unnecessary residents of this place. You know, now we've actually picked up a name tag from that chest and there's an anvil in here, I could almost show you the Easter egg that takes place with these Vindicators. I'm not going to do it actually now, but I will kind of explain how it works. So if you use an anvil to rename this name tag and you name him Johnny, Johnnny, like so, and if you apply this name tag to a Vindicator, he will not just become hostile to you, he will become hostile to everything, including passive mobs, including hostile mobs. Vindicators will go around attacking absolutely everything in sight if they are name tagged Johnny. And you can actually use that for a few other things. You can use it to farm animals, for example. Like if you have a cow farm that kind of drips cows into a certain holding area where one of these guys is, he'll kill the cows for you automatically, and it's an automatic way of being able to harvest beef. And that way it's possible to kind of automate farms and stuff like that in future. If you protect one of these guys, bring him back to your base, wherever you happen to have a cow farm or any other kind of farm like that set up. Obviously, that's going to be most effective against passive mobs, though, because if he attacks hostile mobs, the hostile mobs are going to want to attack him back. And even though Vindicators hit very hard, there's a chance they could take damage and eventually die. So we're going to save a couple of these Vindicators because there's a chance that in future we'll be able to use them for other stuff in this series. Anyway, moving on, we're also here to find a few other guys, namely, not these baby zombies. We do not want these baby zombies here. Hi, fellas. Hello. Some of these wool statues will appear in some of the rooms, and it used to be kind of speculated that these would have something in the middle of them, but I'm pretty sure they don't, unless that's been changed recently. A lot of these will just be kind of wool statues that don't really serve any kind of purpose. This one seems to be holding some kind of magic wand, or maybe a gold shovel, I don't know. Oh, speaking of things holding shovels, we got a zombie walking in here. There's another Vindicator waiting to be trapped. Let's see if we can get him in this corner. Good work. All right, let's pop these behind him, put one on top of there. You can still place dirt blocks above carpet like that, and that will trap him very easily. So the carpets being around is actually a significant advantage when you're dealing with these guys. But that is Vindicator number 2 trapped. I might actually see if I can craft some shears and take down some of these wool sculptures, because that would actually make a kind of interesting source of wool, and it would save me harvesting a bunch more wool from the sheep that I've got back at my base. And as I mentioned before, the layout of these mansions is randomized and procedurally generated, which means you'll probably never encounter the same place twice. This is kind of a mass storage room that never really has anything in the chests. You can check them all you want, but I don't think there will be anything in there. I usually just check them in case there's something in there, in case Mojang has updated things and changed the way these mansions generate, but yeah, there's nothing much in there at all. And these used to be double chests as well, but since 1.13 has allowed you to place individual chests side by side, they seem to have separated out like that. You'll find a lot of the rooms don't have a great deal of exciting stuff in. You've got rooms like this kind of flower shrine. There's nothing like underneath the floorboards or anything like that. It's all pretty standard stuff. There's another Vindicator waiting over here. I think I will kill this guy this time, just to give you an example of quite how hard they hit. Yeah, there we go. That guy really took on my shield. And the fun thing about axes versus shields is that when you're attacked with an axe and you're blocking with a shield, it can actually stun your shield and you won't be able to raise it again. So if you come in here with a shield, it's going to be kind of necessary to block some of the damage occasionally, but make sure you are prepared to fight because you will have to fight before long. This little section here has a couple of doors wired up with redstone that you can kind of automatically open and close with this lever. There's nothing much stored in here. It's meant to kind of be a prison sort of area of the Woodland Mansion. Now there is a kind of hidden staircase headed up here, and I wonder what could be at the end of this. There might be a chest or something like that. It's an MC Escher style maze going on here. I wonder where this is going to lead. I have not encountered many Woodland Mansions with these. There we go. We've got another diamond hoe, a record, a music disc there, a bit more gunpowder, which I'll definitely take so I can turn it back into fireworks. Let's take the record with us. We haven't actually got many music discs in this series, so it'll be fun to have that. Let's collect all of this string together. There's things like beetroot seeds, melon seeds, wheat, and that kind of stuff. We can leave all of that in here. I think I'll probably drop the spider eyes in here as well, because I have so many spider eyes at my spawner now. But yeah, occasionally you will find these little kind of staircase mazes thrown in there, and there's not really much of a maze to it. You just kind of follow the path around, but it is quite rare to find one of those. In the last few Woodland Mansions I've raided, haven't had one, so that's actually pretty fun. Before I head on upstairs, I'm going to take out one of these shulker boxes where I'm pretty sure I have some space. We've got some in the ender pearl thing, and I'm going to put in some of the more valuable stuff I found here, like the emeralds that I actually had from trading. I'm going to keep this golden apple on me just in case we need it, and I guess we can keep the rest of this. None of this is particularly valuable stuff. I don't mind too much if I lose any of that, give or take the tools and stuff, obviously. But I mean, stuff that we can throw out of our inventory if we need to create a little bit more space. Now, coming up here to the second floor, this is where we will start to find the Evokers, the second type of Illager, and one of the reasons that we are here, because Evokers have some very special drops. And unlike the Vindicators, there isn't really a reason to trap the Evokers. They don't serve much of a purpose. They can't kind of be name tagged and kind of used in mob farms like that. It is possible to create farms with them, as some people have made like iron farms that use Evokers to kill the iron golems as they spawn, but that's not necessarily what you have to do. It's just something people have done in the past just to prove that it's possible. And so, yeah, we're not going to worry too much about saving the Evokers. We're going to kill all of them, and we should usually find 2 or 3 of them up here on this floor. I think we'll probably run into 3 total, and much like the Vindicators, you can find them by the very annoyed sounding noises they're making. Yes, there is a giant statue of a cat in this room. Don't ask me why. There we go. We heard an evoker murmuring, and it should be in one of these rooms around here. They're usually in some of the larger rooms. This one has a kind of fighting ring in the middle of it, which, oh, this zombie is coming down to fight us. Fair enough. The new challenger emerges. Enter the ring with me, my friend. Let us dance, you and I. Nope, apparently he's not interested. All right, I'll take care of you outside of the ring then. There we go. I win by default, I think. Let's head up here and see if there's a chest up here, because I think occasionally you will find loot chests on these little balconies. Yes, there's one. Fantastic. Let's quickly check that we're not going to get ambushed. Another golden apple. Fantastic. And even more gunpowder. We're going to be well set up for our trip home now. Let's see. Moving on around the corner. We haven't spotted any evokers yet, but we've got a creeper here that we can take care of. Let's see if one of them is here in the library. We will know very quickly if he is. It looks like we've just got another couple of creepers to contend with. Whoa, that guy got the drop on me a little bit. That guy really exploded. Well, I guess now we have a quick way of getting between floors, but now we've left a nice hole in the floor. Let's see if there's anything else to be found in this library room. I don't think we've got an evoker in here. Nope, looks like there's just a couple of dark spaces behind the bookshelves that we can continue to light up. Next room, yet another library, and once again, these would be a really great source of books in much the same way that libraries in strongholds are. Oh, hello! It's a spider just chilling up here by the window. If you need books and you don't feel like finding another stronghold, this is a good place to go. Obviously, it takes a good deal of finding itself, but yeah, the extra bookshelves will not go amiss. Why do these creepers like hanging around in libraries so much? There's really not that much here for them to read. The only letter in their dictionary is S. I can't understand it. Well, I have now been around the entire perimeter of this mansion, and I don't see any evokers here on the second floor, which means they must all be upstairs on the 3rd floor. And again, that's quite rare. I've not seen that happen particularly often. Let's take care of the creeper behind the stairs. Don't want any more nasty surprises when we come back down. And up here, if the subtitles at least are to be believed, we are guaranteed to find some evokers. Yes, there they are. See that guy on the right-hand side whose coat looks slightly different? That right there is an evoker, and they are best taken out at range before they spot you if possible. But I'm going to get up close and personal with this one just to show you what he does. Now, when he starts to target you, he's going to raise his hands and he's going to start trying to cast a spell, and the spell will summon things, and it's going to be very, very dangerous for all of us. Got a couple of Vindicators hanging out in this room to the left as well. I'm going to try and get their attention first so I can trap both of them. Here we go. Let's get up onto another pillar here. Oh, that was close. They almost came for me then. Let's see if we can trap them both in here. Looks like we can get one of them, maybe. Oh, they're definitely teaming up, aren't they? All right, we've got one of them. That's you taken care of. Now you come around here. Perfect. Oh, they're so easy to bait into these little corners. I don't know if we'll need this many Vindicators in total, but it's probably worth saving them nonetheless. There we go. That guy's fully trapped in now. And now we can... Oh, we can deal with his friend who has just popped out of here. I did not realize there were 3 of them in that room. And even though I'm wearing like almost a full set of diamond armor, these guys still hit really, really hard. Once again, I'm going to take a second here to dump some stuff into my ender chest. Let's take out this shulker box and throw in the emeralds. All right, I think that will do. Now let's take on this evoker. The evokers has gone around the corner. Let's see if we can... Oh, and there's an evoker in here as well. Oh gosh, I didn't spot him. Right, well now we have to deal with Vexes, which are a very, very dangerous mob. They are hostile, they are flying, they have little swords, they will do a ton of damage, and they can phase through blocks, which is a pretty much unique trait for these creatures. Nothing else in the game does that, and so they become very, very difficult to handle. They are probably best attacked at range with a bow, because if they get up close, they will attack you pretty hard. But yeah, you need to be very, very quick at taking care of them. After a while, they will eventually just die. Like, if once they've been summoned, they have a very limited lifespan, but it's usually best to take them out as quickly as possible. There's another one flying around protecting that evoker. Evokers also have a close range attack where they will summon spikes in the floor. These kind of like alligator mouths will pop out of blocks and attack you, but the Vexes are kind of the worst thing about this whole process, and I need to get away because 1 or 2 more hits from them will probably take care of me pretty quickly. So in order to avoid the Vexes, it's usually a great idea to take care of the evoker with a bow from a distance like so, and he will drop something that is going to be very precious to us. There come the Vexes at last. Yeah, you need to be very, very accurate with a bow to take care of these guys. If they are glowing red, it means that they're targeting you, so if you see them doing that, probably best to switch to your sword and take them out as quickly as possible. These guys haven't spotted me quite yet, so we can probably bullseye them all with a bow. Nice. I'm shooting well today. I like it. And this is what we have come here for. This is the prize that we wanted from these evokers in the first place. This is a Totem of Undying, probably one of the rarest items in all of Minecraft, and these are rare for a reason, because if you hold one in your hand, whether it's your offhand or your main hand, and you die, the totem will save you from death. It won't save you from drowning in lava. For example, if you're underneath a lava lake, and then the totem saves you from taking that last heart of damage, but you're still under the lava lake, you're still going to take some more damage and die. But the Totems of Undying will save you from, say, like if you fall off a cliff, it will save you from that last bit of full damage and make sure that you stay alive. The Totem of Undying will be consumed when you do that, though. So they are very valuable items and they are very easily lost. Now that I've been able to introduce all of these evokers to you, I'm probably going to start taking them out at a distance because it is a lot easier than dealing with them up close. I've got 2 Totems of Undying now, and those are definitely going straight in the ender chest as soon as I can be confident that there are no more Vexes coming after me. Nope, I think that's probably going to be fine. So let's throw the emeralds and the totems in there. And these are really valuable items. It's not like you tend to use them all that much, but it's always nice to have them around, and they make for quite interesting treasure. They might have more use in a PvP kind of context to be holding a Totem of Undying when somebody else is attacking you or something like that would probably be a good idea, but in the meantime, it's just kind of cool to have them. It's cool to know that if we wanted to defy death at some point in our Minecraft series, then we could. And it definitely seems like all of the Illagers have congregated up here because there are so many of them up here at the top of the house. I can just see like Vindicators and Evokers everywhere I turn. And there's a creeper in here, apparently. We'll take care of him. It's surprising because usually creepers are scared of cats. But yeah, nope, there's an Evoker down there as well. Okay, kind of back up a little bit from him. We will try and see if we can trap a couple more of those Vindicators, though, because having an extra bunch of those around will be kind of nice. Hey, fellas, come get me. And there's a creeper there as well. Oh, gosh. I am tempting fate today, apparently. Here we go. That's right. You guys come over here. You stay away. Thank you. And let's see if we can block these guys in using the same strategy we did before. Come on, over here, this way. There we go. Yes, okay, he's trapped. Now, what about his friend? Come around here, you. Yeah, I can see you. Has he not seen me? He's fixated on this wall, apparently. Let's break down the wall and see if he comes over. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's trap you next to your friend. One more Vindicator around the corner here, and there was definitely an Evoker over here by the cat statue. So let's see if we can lure this guy out without attracting his friend. Oh, had to give him a safety punch there, knock him back a little bit. Ouch! Ouch, not good, not good. Run away. Okay, now is the time to fly down this staircase. Oh! Okay, I think we're in the clear. I think I need to eat something. See, I'm down to like half my health already. If you don't come in here with a diamond chest plate on, you are very, very open to attack. Here we go. Let's bring you down to here. I usually trap them up against these walls if I can, because it makes it really obvious to see where they are. Did that guy just jump to hit me? They can't normally do that. All right, you seem pretty keen on staying there, so there you go, buddy. You're locked in. And much as it would be kind of great to name tag one of these guys Johnny, considering the day I am having, I kind of don't want to risk it, because they go swinging for everything. Now, where is that last Evoker? I know he's in here somewhere. I can hear him muttering. Yep, there he is. He's on top of the cat. Well, we need to have a pitched battle on top of this cat. Let's see if we can get the drop on him like so. Ha! Got him in the head. Yes, there we go. Now die. Get him up close. Fantastic. Well, now the Vexes are the only thing we have left to take care of. Thankfully, they don't have too much health, so usually a swing with a sword or a hit with a bow should take care of them, but oh, there's so many of them and they hit so hard. I think we've taken care of those guys, and we got ourselves a third Totem of Undying, so we can proudly display those somewhere in the base at this point. It is nice to have them. These awesome rare items are always a pleasure to collect. Now, I wonder if there are going to be any Illagers left after the absolute onslaught of them we've just had. It looks like we are coming to the end of the mansion here. This is the top floor. It's the smallest of the 3 floors, so you usually won't find that many of them. And I think the noises that you can hear in the background is just the ones that we've already trapped in the hallway. So I think that is that. For the most part, they've got a little meeting room up here as well. So many of the rooms of the Woodland Mansion are interesting and unique, so it's kind of fun to explore these anyway. And some people even like to completely take out all of the rooms inside here. You're left with a massive, vast, open, but ultimately sheltered space that you can turn into a base and fit all kinds of like automatic farms and stuff in. I've seen plenty of examples of people doing that, and it always seems like a good time. So if you know where a Woodland Mansion is, it's not been set on fire already, and you feel like you can clear out the inhabitants, then by all means, make one of these places your base. But there we go, we've made it to the exit, and I think that is going to be it for this episode of the Minecraft Survival Guide. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the episode if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.